Is D&D gay? Yes. Yes, it is. D&D is the greatest game in existence. So of course it's gay. D&D is my favorite game. And if you didn't know, Dungeons & Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game. But it's more than that. It's the tabletop role-playing game. And I'm going to explain how it happened, why it's gay, and the one page that made me love it. How it happened. A long time ago, in the 1970s, a beautiful man named Gary Gygax, an angel destined to change gaming forever, was making a tabletop role-playing game where you could control individual characters in a massive army. Basically, he was trying to make Warhammer 40k, but instead, he made Dungeons & Dragons. And it was fun. It was more than fun. It did the impossible. It helped awkward nerds make friends. You're no longer Tony B. Aloni, some confused moron. Now, you're Deathless Danny, sexy, immortal rogue wizard. Now you can do anything. You can make illusions. You can clone yourself. You can have a threesome with a potted plant and a ghost in a damp, dank dungeon deep underground, while ominous calliope music plays to your rhythmic pelvic thrusts. Maybe that's too much, but you can roll a persuasion and a performance check and find out if that happens. That's the magic of D&D. You can do stupid shit like that. Nonsensical absurdity at your fingertips. Not only do you have the power to do that, but you can make friends while doing it. It's a beautiful thing. When Gygax made D&D, it was a joke. Elves were overpowered. A dragon could just wander in and completely destroy you at any moment. You had like 2 HP. It was hardcore. He would just hang out with his friends and make stuff up. Owlbear, flail snail, third thing. These aren't serious creatures. But now they are. Owlbears are metal as fuck. Gygax loved the game so much, he branded spells. His player characters, Mordenkainen, Bigsby, Tasha, Rary, they are literally built into the rules of the game. He was a hero, and I love him. But unfortunately, he's dead, so I can never meet him. But I love him all the same. And D&D is incredibly gay. Why it's gay? With the freedom to do anything, you can be anything you want, including gay. As long as your DM's okay with it, you can get as gay as you want. And as a bisexual DM, in my games, anything goes. I can't tell you how many steamy moments I DM for people. I don't care. I'll do anything. I'm so horny and alone all the time. So sure, I'll have this big vampire mama step on you. I'm enjoying it. Let me get my 12-inch stiletto heels and do some kickflips off those balls. D&D isn't just gay. It's always been gay. In my first game of D&D, way back in college, when I was a human, I literally robbed a sex shop. I still have the lambskin dildo in my inventory. I still play that character. His name is Blaine Tyne, and he's level 17. And I have hundreds of items in my bag of holding. Things I've been holding on to for years. Each object a memory. When I think back to those days, when I speak to those old friends online, I remember it. Like I was there. My friend Matt still talks about the day I almost killed him underwater. I may have actually traumatized him. But that's the power of D&D. You do more than just experience a game. You live it. You build memories with a group of people. And then, when they remember back, you didn't help them in a game. You saved their actual life. I've known people to discover their sexuality through D&D. I've seen people shape their identity. My friends have literally spoken about D&D to their therapists. This game is literally magic. Because just like being a VTuber, D&D lets you create a new identity on top of your old one. It helps you understand yourself without judgment. Why? I love it. If you're not sold on D&D, I will now read you page 5 of the 5th edition Player's Handbook. And if you listen to the whole thing, I guarantee you will want to play D&D. Once upon a time, long, long ago, in a realm called the Midwestern United States, specifically the states of Minnesota and Wisconsin, a group of friends gathered together to forever alter the history of gaming. To play D&D and play it well, you don't need to read all the rules, memorize every detail of the game, or master the fine art of rolling funny-looking dice. None of those things have any bearing on what's best about the game. Playing games with your friends is a lot of fun, but playing D&D is something more than entertaining. Playing D&D is an exercise in collaborative creation. You and your friends create epic stories filled with tension and memorable drama. You create silly jokes that make you laugh years later. The dice will be cruel to you, but you will soldier on. Your collective creativity will build stories that you can tell again and again, ranging from the utterly absurd to the stuff of legend. If you don't have friends that are interested in playing D&D, don't worry. There's a special alchemy that takes place around the D&D table that nothing else can match. Play the game with someone enough, and the two of you are likely to end up friends. It's a cool side effect of the game. You don't need to be a master storyteller or a brilliant artist. You just need to aspire to create, to have the courage of someone who is willing to build something and share it with others. D&D is a game that teaches you to look for the clever solution, share a sudden idea that can overcome a problem, and push yourself to imagine what could be rather than simply accept what is. Over the course of time, you will soon be able to create anything. Once you have that skill, it's yours forever. Countless writers, artists, and other creators can trace their beginnings to a few pages of D&D notes, a handful of dice, and a kitchen table. Above all else, D&D is yours. The friendships you make around the table will be unique to you. The adventures you embark on, the characters you create, the memories you will make, these will be yours. D&D is your personal corner of the universe, a place where you have free reign to do as you wish. But always remember that you are the one that brings them to life. They are nothing without the spark of life you give them. May 2014. Greater words have never been spoken. Nothing I can say can convince you to play D&D more than that. And that's the first page after the table of contents. So many people don't actually read the books, but it's all in there. And don't worry if you're all alone. I'm all alone. I sit in a cosmic void, separate from everyone, an isolated bubble. But I've found a way to play D&D by yourself. If you can't find a DM, be the DM. If you can't find players, be the players. As long as you can think, read a book, and drop dice, you can play D&D. Everyone, and I mean everyone, should play it at least once. I read the entire Player's Handbook and Dungeon Master's Guide while on an hour-long train ride. I don't even like reading. I hate reading, but I had to finish it. Half the book is reference material. You don't even have to read it all. I'm so glad I went to college. Not for the stupid degree, not for the thousands of dollars in worthless debt, but because if I didn't go to college, I never would have played this game. I love D&D. I practically worship it, and that's how I feel about it. Anyway, I'm Aloni the Bard. Thanks for listening. Bye. I think that was pretty good. I don't know. Maybe. I'm really throwing this one to the wire. I still have to edit a bunch of podcasts. Oh my god, there's so much work to do. I am so screwed. Okay. Alright, stop recording. Just stop. Outro song, doodly-doo. Outro song, doodly-doo. Outro song, doodly-doo. 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 Yeah.